Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh and sizzling news all day long. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please make sure you subscribe. Turn on the post notification bell so that you can be the first person to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Help us grow by giving this video a massive thumbs up so that it gets recommended to other YouTube viewers all around the world as well. Lastly, please leave your opinions in the comment section below. Without further ado, let's delve right into the details of today's news. $1.3 billion pipeline surveillance contract. Tompolo's Oporoza headquarters of crude oil theft, illegal bunkering, ex-militant leaders allege, writes Tinubu. The controversy surrounding the renewal of a $1.3 billion pipeline surveillance contract took a new turn at the weekend, with major ex-militant leaders across the Niger Delta region accusing former militant leader, High Chief Government Tompolo, also known as Tompolo, of being involved in crude oil theft and illegal bunkering. They also alleged label other ex-militant leaders as illegal bunkers. The Oporoza is the headquarters of crude oil theft and illegal bunkering. The major former militant leaders, in an open letter to President Bola Tinubu and signed by former Commander Moses Ebi-Pardon, threatened to open more can of worms if the former militant leader, also known as Tompolo, does not desist from desperate against other ex-militant leaders in his bid to convince the president into renewing his multi-million-dollar pipeline surveillance contract. Ebi-Pardon noted that the nation's crude oil production and exports during the one-year period of Tompolo's contract decreased rather than increased. The ex-militant leaders reminded the president that Tompolo's 5 in Oporoza, Baramatu Kingdom was raided by personnel from the Nigerian army following the killing of a Nigerian soldier in Iroko, who reportedly caught them in the act of crude oil theft with a vessel full of illegal crude oil. According to the ex-militant leaders, prior to the proclamation of a presidential amnesty in 2009 by late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, Oporoza was known as the anchorage, the center of crude oil theft, vessels of barges loading in and out. They also claimed that Oporoza had an illegal bunkering unit with Tompolo's late father, Thomas Osen Ekpemopolo, among the pioneer chairmen of a bunkering unit. Ebi-Pardon insisted that the president should rotate the Niger Delta slot to include those who have shown capacity among the Shekiri ethnic nationality, where Escavo gas to liquid plant is located, since Tompolo has already completed his one-year contract obligation of about $50 million per month, which saw crude oil production and exports decrease rather than increase. It's been a colossal failure and disaster. Commander Ebi-Pardon states that it is widely known across the region that Tompolo never supported the now President Bola Ahmed Tinubu during the 2023 presidential poll, despite the fact the president went to Oporoza with resources to seek his support. Instead, Tompolo miscalculated and used both his resources and that of the now president to work and fund the opposition. The ex-militant leaders unanimously called on the president to ignore desperate attempts, lies and fabrications emanating from Tatita Security Services Limited, media propaganda against the great and capable people of Ondo State and other leaders in the region who have displayed nothing short of pure professionalism and have only called for equity and fairness in the decentralization of a multi-million-dollar pipeline surveillance project. They called on the president to conduct a proper review of a 1.3 billion crude oil pipeline surveillance contract awarded to three individuals, all from Delta State, in accordance with the national and economic security interests of a country, and decentralize the contract to include other ex-militants from different states in the region in order to effectively reduce the menace of crude oil theft and boost oil production. You all, let me have your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about this? I in my own opinion, I feel that this reek of jealousy, just purely jealousy. Imagine them saying that they want the contract to be rotated among ex-militants. They are now seeing it as, a way of cashing out, even when even if they are not capable of doing the job. They just want it to be rotated among ex-militants, the same ex-militants who are the ones that are involved in oil bunkering. Imagine. Before we go, guys, let's take a look at some of the reactions online. Agbo Benedict says the whole blame is on the government. Nigeria is not and cannot be the only oil producing country, but due to poor standards of leadership, Nigeria own has become negatively different. Bojande Tekuma says envy, hatred because Tompolo is hindering you from stealing oil, then you can write any rubbish anyways. Asari felt that the government belongs to him despite living a fake and criminal life. Lastly, a comment from Paul Obieke says, I weep for my southern brothers. When are we going to grow up and support each other? The top 20 management positions are held by another region when PMB was in the villa, and you guys couldn't say anything. But a contract of 1 year given to your brother by the same PMB has been causing rancor among you all. The spirit of Kensaruwiwa must be troubled by this childishness. You all, thank you very much for always listening and watching. If you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, please make sure you subscribe. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye for now.